Welcome, everyone. My name is Taylor, but I go by TCG Tarot. And if you're familiar with my content, this might be a little bit different than what you are expecting. I generally do little YouTube shorts where I do a combination of different trading card games like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, Marvel, etc., and kind of fuse it with that of a tarot card if it were representing a tarot card, and then do some things with crystals and different scenery and different music and effects to kind of put my own brand of bringing a light-hearted approach, because I don't want to say childish, but a light-hearted approach to an area of tarot and divination, which can be something that gets very personal and it can be very dense. So this is my version of kind of bringing a more lighthearted approach to sensitive areas, but in a fun way where you still, hopefully, if everything goes the way it should, have a message resonate for you or connect with you. And that's what I like about this so much, is by making my own tarot decks out of Pokemon cards and Magic the Gathering cards and Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Marvel cards, is I feel like it extends a branch of another form, like another medium, for people to connect in a way that they might not originally connect to, let's say, their spirituality or through to their guides or divination or other kind of tarot related occult, so to speak, image like things. So with that being said, this is my pick a card. First pile is going to have 3 Pokemon tarot cards. The second pile, and with Raichu, don't want to forget that. Second pile, Magic the Gathering with this kangaroo. And the third pile will be early 1990s Marvel cards with superheroes, potential supervillains, and Piccolo. So, accompanying these cards in your pile, we'll do some clarification with the standard tarot deck, and we'll get some animal spirits and some other oracle cards as we dive in a little deeper. But this is my first real pick a card, and I'm excited to see what comes through. Before we go to the pile section, though, I do want to cleanse the energy, something that I have found that I really enjoy personally, which is funny because I kind of stumbled upon it a couple years ago. My dad had gifted me for Christmas this titanium top, which at the time I thought it was, it looked awesome and it's great, crafted great, and it's quality, and it looks great on a desk or something like that, and it's therapeutic and relaxing and whatnot. But as my spiritual journey has progressed and I've evolved as a person, in the terms of clearing energy, like candles and incense and different sound frequency mechanisms or everything, and affirmations are all great and wonderful, and I do all those things. But I particularly like using a top because I feel like not only does it really clean and cleanse the energy in the area, it also gives spirit a little 3D vessel that it can kind of vibe in just for a little moment of time, kind of be a part of the 3D with you. And I think it's just a lot of fun. Plus, they're strangely addicting. So with that being said, we're gonna hop into the piles. So I will see you, like I said, pile 1, Pokemon, pile 2, Magic the Gathering, pile 3, Marvel. So see you soon. All right, hello pile 1. So if you selected the Pokemon cards with the Raichu signet, then this is your pile and your spot. We're going to begin with seeing what these cards are, and then we'll move into some oracle cards after we do some clarification with a traditional tarot deck, just because I know this might be a little bit different, and you may, rightfully so. Question art, how much can a Pokemon card connect compared to a traditional tarot card? So we'll let you be the judge, and we'll see how we start. So first off, we have Persian, the 7 of Pentacles, Bisharp, the Knight of Swords, and Doduo, the 5 of Wands. Okay. So I'm just going to let Spirit channel for a little bit and then kind of see how far it takes us before we do some clarifying. But right off the bat, what catches my eye, other than it just starting to rain really heavily, is that with Persian, which is the Seven of Pentacles, Bisharp representing the Knight of Swords, and Doduo, the Five of Wands, the Knight reduces to a 3, so we have a 3, 5, and 7, which is, to me, it's representing change, but also change in a good way, like in regards to like abundance and like your level of like your divine connection. Like I think of 3, 5, and 7 working together to bring in change, but in a way that's divinely orchestrated, so to speak. But I know this, the purpose of this pick-a-card, the theme is what blessings are, around the corner, and what things you have to be excited about, what Spirit wants to encourage you for. It might take me a second to get to that point, but trust me, I'm going to make my way there. And just have a little bit of patience. Because when I look at this scenario, take a step back and actually look at the tarot cards, the situation that I see here, and what you have to really look forward to is that in either your work environment or whatever your element is, you're learning, or you're really starting to reap the rewards of the way you've adapted and approached your responsibilities and duties. Like the mentality of taking things, one thing at a time. And I think you're really, though that doesn't sound really like exciting and like a bunch of flair, it's kind of nice to reassure, and something that you can have to look forward to is that you're going to continue to keep being able to handle whatever situation it is in your life, maybe a little emphasis on work, better with more wisdom. You're going to make decisions more comfortably. You're going to be more seasoned. Things are just going to be easier. They're going to come more natural to you. And I think you're starting to see that now with whatever it is that you do. I mean, in particular, if it's for what you do as your career, for money, for work, is that things are just starting to really naturally flow better for you. It's easier for you. And but what I also like, an area in particular I think that Spirit wants to encourage you and show like how proud of the situation is when I'm looking at this Knight of Swords, is like knowing when to rush in as opposed to like when to stand your guard or when to stand your ground. Like balancing, especially with this cat, something that cats do so well as like something that we can look as a mirror, as reflection, is cats have so much self-love. They take their priorities first, and they're so connected to the astral and to, the different kind of frequencies, but they also balance that by staying grounded. They nap, but they also go out and run and play, and they know their worth. And it seems like you're really coming into your own in the form of like the way you're balancing your communication with action and emotion and rest. Because we have movement with wands. We have communication and intellect and thoughts with swords. We have pentacles. We have like the 3D grounded, abundant material and family. We have all these things working in conjunction. But one of the things that I think that you should really feel great about, what Spirit is telling you, is in these cards, they're all light themed, like they're white or they're gray or they're, and even amongst that, all this light, the light that you shine, it comes out as like there's like a rainbow spectrum in this card, and the whole like sunset of the Persian card is like a rainbow. Like you, even amongst people who shine and are bright, you still like shine your spectrum just as magnificently and like shine out amongst the shining, so to speak. If you hear some sound in the background, it's because my cat Buddy is playing with something on the floor. He is my part of my grounding squad, I'll tell you that much. So, moving on, I think that Spirit is telling me like you're handling tasks with more confidence, and like maybe having a better handle on your temper. Like with the Persian ability and the Bisharp with like the swords and the Dudo rushing in, Fury attack and pounce and scratch, and this Metal Claw, Wicked Jab, is like knowing what words cut out a way that is actually more effective, like in a work environment than, let's say, like aggression, or it's just like, I feel like Spirit wants to be proud and wants to be encouraged. Like the way that you're handling things as far as the communicative level is you're getting better at it, and it's coming across clearly that you are. Okay. So I think as you continue to grow and approach everything from like a place of balance and keeping yourself a priority, like we talked with the cats, you should feel, you deserve to feel proud, because one of the positive messages that I see here is that you can continue to trust your decision making. Like maybe in the past you felt like you had to multitask to a certain degree to get everything done. Like you have two things on your plate all at once, but you found a way, or maybe this, if you're not, this is an encouragement to slow down sometimes and to literally make a list, approach things one at a time. And if you do that, you'll find that everything actually functions so much smoother, and that you don't have to try to slice two things at once. Like if you actually prioritize one thing at a time and do it well, then everything flows better. And then it also gives you like little boosts throughout the day. Like if you have something that you can cross off and make progress towards, then you're like giving these positive reinforcement loops to yourself that just really make, like a little by little makes a lot. So these are things that you have to look forward to or continue to be proud of. Let's see. The only thing that we're missing here is like water. So maybe that could be a little bit of a message that around the horizon, like you've kind of handled things really well to this point, and maybe there's around the corner there could be an opportunity to be a little bit more vulnerable now that you've kind of got things balanced in a way that like your work life and your home life and your self-care, but still being direct with your needs and expectations, that is starting to opening up as a result of you kind of finding this workable balance in your life, particularly in the region of like your career or your workplace. I'm going to be kind of blunt with you guys. Pile one, I'll be real. If this was my pile, it does kind of have this feeling of a bit of straightforwardness, and it's not very flashy. And I figured, by the way, we're going to clarify the situation. Given the fact that we have Persian out here and a cat, the cat tarot just felt intuitively right. But I have this kind of sense that this is kind of like a slow burner pile, where like it might not seem like super flashy, like on the surface, but like long term, like this is great. Like if you're like if this is a work scenario, you're in this situation where like you've had enough experience in your life to make mistakes and to learn, but you've also like been doing it for long enough to where you're starting to like genuinely see the like manifestation of the like material, like what you've been doing and this knowledge you've gained by the mistakes that you've made and the approach adjustments and shifts, is that you're starting to see the like the rewards of this in the 3D. Because like if you are in this Seven of Pentacles energy, like you still have, you're in a great position going forward, like to the Eight of Pentacles, to the Nine of Pentacles, to the Ten of Pentacles. Like if this is the trajectory you're on, then like shit, if things are just going to start getting easier in your life and you're going to feel more comfortable making decisions and handling things and balancing work and life and family and everything, then like it's a good feeling to know. I feel like that things are going to consistently get better over time, and you're in a good situation as it is anyways. But let's see what we get here. So clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, we have the Knight of Swords. So we have the Knight of Swords twice. And this Knight of Swords, he looks like he's getting ready to charge in, and he looks like he's confident, but I feel like that he's more reserved, I would say, maybe than other Knight of Swords. So clarifying the Knight of Swords is the Page of Swords. And clarifying the Five of Wands and Do Duo is the Four of Pentacles. So as far as clarifying these, what I'm seeing here is I'm going to move this over a little bit so this seems a little bit more balanced for you guys. I know this doesn't this might not fit whatever aesthetically your brain kind of connects to as feeling balanced, but this is what we're going to go with. As the Knight of Swords, to clarify the Seven of Pentacles, is of in regards to things you should feel encouraged about, is that I feel like you've tempered your way that you approach, the way you communicate your expectations, and that with the Page of Swords, when to take action, when not to take action, that feeling I feel like has been lifted. You know that you can handle multiple things at a time by doing it the most efficient way that works for you, that you've already figured out at this point, and that you're seeing the rewards of by implementing. And with the Four of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Wands, what I'm seeing here is it's just at this point you're yeah, let the more the merrier. Have more things come in, more things to handle, because you're sitting from a place of being able to handle this. It's yes, more customers, I can handle it. More money for more customers. There's long-term abundance in this plan, and this is this is your trajectory. Even though it might kind of feel like if this was your breakfast cereal, it kind of feels like Raisin Bran. It's not exciting in the moment. You want Cinnamon Toast Crunch or Lucky Charms, and it's not as much instantly gratifying. But later on in the day, what decision actually makes you feel better? Do you feel at lunchtime, let's say you're at work or at school or something like that, or you're working on your creative project? Do you feel better about if you had a bowl of Raisin Bran or a bowl of Cinnamon Toast Crunch as time progresses? This is the slow burner that might actually, though it doesn't seem flashy, is really encouraging that the things that you're doing you're going to continue to get better at what you do, and you're going to continue to evolve, and things are just going to work better for you, and you're just going to really go with the flow and take things in stride. And I think that's great. So as far as your Oracle cards are concerned, let's just look at the bottom of the deck energy. Yeah, Ace of Wands. So you have the inspiration, you have the creativity, you have the drive to get what you want. The only thing I'm not seeing here is water. So maybe there's a little bit of a reminder that you can be vulnerable, and you can, put your guard down sometimes and let people lay down with you. Maybe, I know, that you can share your abundance and your happiness with others. So maybe that's something that is a slow play for you or not, or you strike when you want to. But just a reminder that it's okay to be open with people when you feel comfortable. But let's see, for Spirit Animal card, we have the Mouse, which reads, focus, pay attention, handle one thing at a time, honor your perceptions. So yeah, this is just more reinforcement that the way that you're approaching your situation is systematic, but also, it's not the way you've always done it. I would say, with peace and love. So you have Mountain, stand your ground. Big picture thinking, Pleiades energy, visionary, inspired ideas. And the Angel card is Self, which reads, go within. When we invest more energy in developing our spiritual lives, the outer world begins to take care of itself. Okay, so staying on, just because I kind of feel like this is a work or school or career vibe, is that whatever you are doing, though, make sure you keep doing it, because it's really important. Whatever it is that you're working on or working towards, or you're a member of a team that works on something, or you're on the board of something in your community or whatever, it's really important. And that you're learning and growing, and you're getting this big picture thinking where the ideas that you have, share them, communicate them with all this air energy, because there's so many swords, so much communication. Maybe sometimes some things can go stronger said with silence, but what you're doing seems to really matter. And I think that's important. And Spirit is really confirming that your head is in the clouds, and you have all these great, magnificent, maybe ideas or expectations or theories and stuff, but you're able, like the cat, to come from a place of being rooted in reality and grounded. And it's having the things that you envision, you're making legitimate plans and steps to make it happen. So there's a great balance of standing your ground, but also having like, it's like from bottom to top, root chakra all the way up to like, you know, your third eye and your crown chakra and all these. It's just like you're really finding a way to do everything and harmonize it. So this was your reading. If you picked pile 1, I hope it resonated. If this is something you like more of, please like, share, subscribe, comment if it resonates. If it doesn't, you know, maybe you have tarot cards that you think would be good for Pokemon. I don't know. This is my first go at it. So if there's something that overall you got a good vibe of on this video, just please support the channel, and I will see you in the next project or video that I do. Bye. Welcome, pile 2. If you selected the Magic the Gathering pile and the Kangaroo, then this is your read. I'm going to briefly, unfortunately, just say the first pile went a little bit longer than I anticipated. There was a spirit channel a lot longer than I thought I was going to, and I'm going to try to do this relatively quickly, just because I'm actually running out of storage space. The recording equipment I want to use isn't really available right now, and I realized I'm going to have to make this somewhat quick, but I am going to try to do as much information as I can in kind of a limited amount of time. So getting started with that, your cards are the Cheese Stands Alone, the Courser of Krufix, the Three of Wands, and Tatiova Benthic Druid, which represented the World card. So, okay. This is kind of interesting. So I just want to say, first off, there's a lot of similarities. I feel like in this pile, it shares a lot of connective tissue, I feel like, with the first pile for a lot of reasons. But something that is unique in this pile is, actually kind of funny, is the Cheese Stands Alone card, which flavor text reads, the meat, on the other hand, has frequent visitors, is an extra card I added into my Magic the Gathering tarot deck that I made as like a special one of, as like a way to enhance or like amplify the cards it's around. So it's not, this doesn't actually hold like the meaning that assigned to it that I would any other card in the deck in the tarot meaning, but which is funny because the message here is that with the theme of like things that Spirit wants you to be encouraged about and things that you have to look forward to, is that whatever you're doing is working. Okay, however that applies to you. I know that sounds vague, but the world is starting to see things from your perspective. Like there's a shift in perspective and understanding. Like people are starting to see things your way, and you're like, it's like you're watching your ships come in, and with the world, like what really is you should be encouraged about is that with this shift is, even though you might not actually have as much maybe a physical, you know, wealth or abundance that you want, or you may not feel like you're in the most attractive position you've ever been in your life, from the world's perspective, like the way that your energy sits right now, from the outside looking in, is that like, yeah, you're cheesing from cheek to cheek, and you might look a little bit overconfident, but what you're doing, you have the sauce. It's working. You're going to watch these ships come in. There's a change in how things are perceived, and whatever the world means to you, like whether that's like a dream connection or a dream job or just to be understood, that is coming to you. And which is incredible. So that is something that Spirit wants you to be encouraged about. So to clarify, we're going to get some tarot cards from the Labyrinth deck. So I'm going to grab that real quick. Okay, I'm back. So we're going to clarify the Cheese Stands Alone. And we're going to clarify the Three of Wands and Tatiova Benthic Druid, which reads, if you're interested in the quote on the bottom of that card representing the world. Man, my shuffling is usually much better than this. Is Yavi Maya is one being, one vastness of rippling leaves, one deepness of roots, and one chatter of animals, of which I am one part. That's a little better. All right, Spirit, can you please help clarify this scenario for pile 2? What do they have to be encouraged about? What do they have to look forward to, Spirit? What messages do you have for them of good kind of tidings coming their way? So we have the Eight of Pentacles, the High Priestess, and the Page of Junk, which is representing the Page of Pentacles. So I'm going to shift these this way, put these up here. So this did take a little bit of a turn that I didn't expect. Like I said, it does... there's a lot of similarities with pile one as far as like in your work scenario. It looks like things are just going well for you. Like the way that you approach the scenarios, like you've found the right way to approach things systematically that's working for you, and things are getting easier. But what I didn't anticipate per se on this is that like one of the things that you're seeing come in to you, like that you're attracting, that you're magnetized and you're alchemizing, is this High Priestess. I don't feel like this High Priestess it might even be you. I feel like you're drawing in the attention of the High Priestess. And the High Priestess her attention isn't easily like, her eye isn't drawn to something all the time. Like for her to take interest in what you're doing, whatever you're doing has got to be kind of special or unique, or, you just do it really well, because I feel like part of whatever the world is and the High Priestess, they're connected. Like, and what they want to bring stuff with them. This High Priestess in the world, they want to bring like maybe an offer or an idea that has to do with something, in the physicality. So like they want to offer maybe a gift, or they want to bring whatever they have with them. It could be an abundance of knowledge or an idea. They want to bring all these tools and components to you, because whatever like it is that you're manifesting and people are seeing they're seeing your angle, is that like it's really starting to catch on, I think, and they want to add fuel to the fire in a good way. They want to add ingredients to the stew. They want to add their personal deeper knowing and add it with yours, and they together. It's just like really impressive energy, and so I didn't really expect that turn, but that was really nice. So let's dive a little bit deeper. Though I do want to say, I feel like if you are this person represented kind of like this, I want to say like Emperor or like Six of Wands kind of energy of victory, of like this inner knowing that victory will come to you. Like, it might take time, but things will shift in your favor, on a material level, on like a deeper spiritual level, which might start as like a earthy, like exchange of, like having a meal, or having like an idea in business or something, but it seems like there's a lot behind it, like that isn't on the surface. But yeah, with that being said, I feel like there's something in particular you have your eye on specifically, and it has to do something with the High Priestess. Okay. But your cards are the Dolphin for your animal spirit, which reads, breathe, take in life force, accept gift of usable energy, touch the invisible. Every time I think dolphin, I think of like a higher connected kind of whatever it is that you're manifesting, or whatever it is that's coming towards you, whether it be a relationship or career or just like a mentality, is that it's sitting at a higher level. It's not like your normal basic interaction. And you have this similar kind of symbology and imagery of like this dolphin, like it's kind of like, is headed in your direction. Like you're watching your ships come in, like your Three of Wands, like waiting for your, like these things like to come like to you that you're waiting on. Like this dolphin's coming, and it's coming like this High Priestess and then this dolphin. This is kind of feel like they're the same, one of the same. But there's also summer, bask in joy and light. And we have the honeybee, which the honeybee in the world. Yeah, this is a lot more of like, I think summer is going to be an important time. Like spring I think will be great too, but you're really going to see like an exponential like shift when it comes to like the summertime. Like maybe June could be important. Another, like, it makes me think of like you're the hive mind, like the leader of the hive, like things are attracted to you. They like you have this pull, but it comes from a place of like warmth. Like I'm gonna be real, like, you got cheese, you got honey, like, you got all these pentacles and this inner knowing, like, seems like you got a comfy spot going on. Like, let's be real. But we also have trust the timing, trust the wave you came in on, time is not running out. So yeah, keep manifesting the way you're manifesting, because things are coming to you at the time and the moment that they're meant, that they should be coming. Like, don't feel like you need to rush, or that, you know, that like things are taking too long, or you're trying to maybe take an approach that's going to speed things up, because whatever you're doing now is the recipe to success, into like making sure that all this stuff coming towards you is coming to you at the right time in the right way. And then for angel card, we have presence, which reads, bring your mind into present moment time. Now is the only place to be. Yeah. So it's really easy to get like ahead of ourselves and look at like all this potential, these great things that Spirit tells us is things that we can be excited for in our near future. But for this to happen into ground, you still have to be in the present moment and to handle things from a logistical, like practical level. Like, it's easy to get our heads in the clouds and romanticizing all these things that we, you know, are going to come our way, but make sure to stay in the moment and to ground this. I'm running out of time. If this is resonated with you at all, or you enjoy this, please like, share, subscribe, comment on TCG Tarot. I really hope this was helpful, and I will upload more, I promise. If you